Hey guys, I'm Vicki Vet. Hope you all visit my website, vickyathome.com.
Hi, Vicki.
Hey.
So, what are you doing here in LA?
I've come from Atlanta, and I come about once a month. And when I come here, I come and come and come. I make porn movies.
Okay, what porn could we see you in today? What did you do today?
Today I didn't work, but yesterday I did 2 magazines. I did Busty, and it's the second time I'll be in Busty. The first time was a solo girl, and this time I think they're buying the set that was a boy girl, and it was with me and Tony Sexton.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah.
What was the best part about it?
Fucking Tony.
Which way did he have you?
Every which way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you wouldn't do with Tony?
No, I love Tony. He's great.
So that he can do whatever he wants to do?
Oh yeah. See, the trick is when you're making a porn movie, if you take the girl and right away in the first 10 minutes, if you lick her pussy really, really good and make her come, then after that, she'll be putty in your hands and you can do anything you want with her. And she'll do it with a smile on her face. And then I also did a solo set for, not Swank, Club International was the other one. And I've been here for about a week, and I think I shot 5 times so far.
When you leave here, will you be going back to Atlanta?
Yeah, we build houses in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
It's really interesting because we have 2 lives.
Who's we?
Oh, me and my husband. Okay. Sorry.
How does your husband feel about you doing porn?
Oh, he loves it. I mean, I could almost say it was his idea. I started off by modeling. I was doing bikini and lingerie, and then I started doing some fine art nudes. And then as soon as I put a couple of nude photographs up on the internet, well, the offers for porn started pouring in. And for some reason, I said no. You know, you're just kind of trained since you're a little girl that no, you don't do that. And you know, even though it intrigued me and I really wanted to do it, but I was just trying to, do the right thing. And oh no, I wouldn't do that. And so I'm typing back, no, thank you. And then one day I talked to him about it, and he said, well, why don't you try it? What do you got to lose? You might love it. And we've been swingers for about 15 years, so we don't have those jealousy issues that other couples may have. And we realize that sex is sex and love is love. So he said, why don't we do something different in our lives? And, take the plunge. So we did. We came out. The first thing I did out here, Hustler actually brought me out to do the beaver hunt. I was a semifinalist at the time. And so they brought me out to do that, and while we were out here, we met some agents, and they just booked me up solid right away, and I've been doing it ever since. It's been about 7 months now. And I think I've made about 50 or 60 movies so far in that time.
I read in your bio that said that you hadn't had the opportunity and some insecurities. Which came first? Did you get the opportunity to do porn first, or did you overcome the insecurity and then...
I was never insecure about doing porn. That probably relates to modeling in general. Yeah, because
you started
I was 37 when I started modeling, which
Is that what the insecurity was?
Yeah, exactly. Most people are retiring, when I was deciding whether I was going to give it a shot or not. And when I first decided to do it, well, the opportunity came because we closed down our business for a while. We'd been working about 80 hours a week. We were just exhausted.
Home building.
Yeah.
So, you and your husband build houses also do you both do porn together?
He's been in a couple of little scenes with me, a bit of internet stuff, but no, mostly it's just me.
Is that by choice or just something that he doesn't want to do, get involved in, or?
No, he just doesn't want to. I don't know why. But he loves to watch.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You said that you are swingers.
Oh yeah, we go to the swing clubs and we have a lot of friends, some single girls and some couples and some single guys that we swing with, and we have a lot of fun.
When you were doing that, you never had the opportunity, is that not the opportunity to do porn while you said that you were swinging for 15 years?
Mm-hmm.
The opportunity never came up in that time?
Well, I guess when you're not in LA, you don't get as many offers. at, as living in other places.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, a lot of people always told me, oh, you should be in porn, but everybody always says that, oh, you should be a model, or you don't really take it seriously, and you're busy living your life and doing your day-to-day thing, and just doesn't really seem to be a possibility.
So does your family know that you do porn?
No, they know that I do nude modeling and things like that. I've been kind of trying to break it to them gently. I send my mother pictures all the time, and at first I only sent her, G-rated pictures, and then I started sending her the nude pictures, and now I'm sending her a little bit more explicit stuff and just kind of easing her into it. And I guess I'll tell her about, the magazines, Hustler and things like that, and then eventually break it to her.
What about your father?
I don't really have a father, so.
So you were raised by just your mom?
Yeah.
So what did she say when she saw you first?
I don't think she would mind at all. I mean, she's a real sex maniac herself, so I don't think she's gonna have a problem with it. My brothers, on the other hand, they might have a problem with it, but.
Have they seen any of the pictures, your brothers?
No, not yet.
Think you might ever do a scene with your mom if you said that she's pretty sexual?
No. I think she's 50, almost 60 years old now. Nah, I don't think so.
No. Where do you see yourself in 5 years as far as how far you'll get in the porn industry, or have you met all the expectations that you set for yourself?
I've only just started. I mean, we'll just keep making movies. We're going to keep on building houses. I mean, doing porn, it's a great stream of income, and you can take that and really turn it into something else. And then I might decide to try feature dancing. It kind of intrigues me, and I've always wanted to try that. I get real turned on being in front of people. Yesterday when I was doing my solo girl shoot, the cameraman, everybody was, oh, you're so hot, oh, that's, that looks so good, and, the more they would go on about it, then the better I would get, and so I kind of feed off of that, and I think I would probably do really good on stage.
Is that one of the reasons why you do porn?
Yeah, I love to be watched. Yeah.
Being watched.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about the money?
Oh, the money's great. I have no problem with the money.
There's a lot of money being made off of women doing porn. Do you feel that you're getting a good share of this $10 billion industry, or do you feel that you're still robbing Peter to pay Paul?
Well, I think, I'm used to running my own business, and I'd rather be the person writing the checks than the one receiving the checks. And I'm still new to this, and I'm still learning, but I think my husband and I will probably, launch our own line and do our own movies. And there's a lot of really smart women in this business. Of course, there's the ones that just come and go. They do a few movies and decide it's not for them. But there's a lot of very successful women. I mean, a lot of women have become household names, and they're millionaires. And there's a lot of women directing and producing. So I think women are getting their fair share, and more and more.
Do you feel like you might want to start directing?
I think so. I have a tendency to direct on set. I have to hold myself back from not telling everybody else what to do. So.
Has that caused any problems for you on any of the sets?
No.
Have you had any problems on the sets, like that you can think of, like just a problem that you had with someone? Or?
No, it's been great. People are really, I mean, I've met a lot of interesting and intelligent and fun people. We've made a lot of friends. And, I mean, it's like any industry. You've got some idiots and you've got some great people. I mean, I've worked in the computer industry. I've worked in the shipping industry. I've worked in building. And people are people everywhere you go. You just got to find the good ones and stick to them.
So is this something you think you're going to stick to, like retiring and doing the porn industry as far as directing and having your own movies? Is this something that you're going to stick with until?
For a while, yeah. We have a tendency to change our lives every 5 years. We start something entirely new, and it keeps it interesting. So we'll do it for a while anyways.
You think you might run for governor next year?
No interest in politics whatsoever.
How do you feel about Pornstars running for government?
Well, it's the greatest publicity stunt you can ever pull.
Is that what you think that it was?
Oh, of course. And it worked. She did great. It really helped her a lot.
Name someone who you think that would be shocked to find one of your movies other than your mother on the doorstep.
I don't think anybody would be shocked. Anybody who knows me wouldn't be shocked.
Not in any of your past employment?
Oh, well now, okay, yeah. Actually, in my past corporate life, I used to have to go to work every day in a suit with my hair in a bun and my glasses, and my cell phone and my laptop, and I'd be flying all across the country, going to meetings and feeling really important. And I had to live a complete double life. I was a total prude, and I had to be a prude because I was a young executive, and people would not take me seriously otherwise. So I had to be very strict and very prudish. And nobody knew that, of course, at night I was going to swing clubs with my husband and licking pussy and doing all kinds of crazy things. So yeah, those people, we talk about that every once in a while. It would be so funny if they'll see and they'll go, well, it looks like her, but it can't be her.
That's funny. Have you ever had sex in public?
Of course.
Yeah, outside, not non-porn.
Of course. I love outdoor sex, car sex. Oh God. Park sex, sex on a motorcycle. Geez, everywhere. In a church.
So this
anywhere.
is not just porn. You like this just
yeah.
all the way around.
Yeah, absolutely. I think anybody who's going to really do well in this business has to be in it for the right reasons. I mean, just doing it for the money is not enough, and you're not going to have fun. I mean, and I think you can tell the difference when you see a scene. You can tell.
Have you worked with someone, male or female, that you feel ruined the scene because they didn't love it?
Yeah, I think some girls do scenes with other girls, and they don't really like girls. They just do it professionally, but they don't do it in their personal life. And I think it's wrong. I think you should never do anything on camera that you wouldn't do at home. And so, you can feel that they're uncomfortable or they're nervous or they just don't know what to do. And it throws me off a little bit. I mean, if I'm with another girl, I just want to attack her. I just want to get down there and nuzzle my nose right in there and, get my face all wet and just dive right in. And when the other girl is, like, yeah, then it kind of throws you off. So.
In your opinion, what's the difference between prostitution and porn?
There's a huge difference. A lot of people actually on the internet, on Yahoo groups and everything, they ask me if I'll escort or if I'll do privates or things like that. And I don't have a problem with it. I respect anyone's opinion who wants to do that. But to me, it's just a safety issue. When I'm on a porn set, first of all, most of the time my husband is there with me. I know the director, the producer, the makeup artist, the other talent. There's tons and tons of people there, and you're completely safe. Whereas if I was to escort, I would have to go to a hotel somewhere alone or meet someone somewhere. And to me, there's a big safety concern. And also, there's an intimacy thing. When you're on a set, you're just having sex. If some of these escorts, it's almost like a date. And, they'll try to get in your head or, really get to know you and get some kind of intimacy going, which I'm not interested in that.
Right. So what is a typical day in your life like?
Well, it's entirely different when we're at home in Atlanta. Obviously, we're dealing with plumbers and electricians and septic tank people. And even sometimes here, I might be on top of some guy and talking to somebody on the phone, like, get me a 4-inch sleeve for that septic tank. But out here, you work almost every day, sometimes even 2 scenes in a day. And the rest of the time, you're just trying to get enough sleep, go to the gym, get your manicures and pedicures, and go to the tanning booth and answering emails. It's just really, really busy. It never stops.
Wow. Is there a particular company you would like to work for?
I've worked for a lot of them. I don't stay to any particular company, and
so are you
just
independent?
yeah. It just depends on the timing, who's shooting when. Some people shoot only once a month. Some people shoot every week, every second week. It just depends on when we're here.
You book yourself?
Yeah. My husband books me, actually.
Do you have any dreams or aspirations to be a non-porn actress?
No. I get offers here and there, little bit parts, in B movies and things like that. I might play with it, but no, it's never. I'm not a TV or movie person. I've never really followed it, so it doesn't really do anything for me.
So your scenes are more for the sex than for the acting?
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the greatest moment of one of your scenes?
Oh, jeez. Well, I guess it would have to be when Alex from DVSX was fucking me with this double-ended dildo, and it was just so wild that we broke the dildo right in half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that the first time that's happened?
Yeah.
What was the first time like when you've had a double dildo inside of you?
When was the first time?
What was the first time like? Was that during porn, or had you already tried this?
I've been
outside of porn before?
sticking everything inside every hole for a long time.
How old were you the first time you stuck something in yourself? And what was it?
Oh no, you don't want to hear this?
Yes, I do.
It was a bathtub brush. It was in the shape of a giraffe.
Wow.
It was really cute, and it had the brush on one end and this long, handle. And I don't know why, for some reason, I'd been out in a club. I was only 14 or 15, and I was just so horny. Your hormones are just raging at that point. So I took a taxi home, and I was even starting to play with myself in the back seat. I just couldn't help it, and I didn't understand what is going on, And I just had this idea that I wanted to get in the bathtub, and hot water has always turned me on. I love hot tubs and things like that. And I got into this big bubble bath and just had a party with that giraffe.
Were you afraid of the taxi guy noticing, or taxi woman noticing while you were in the backseat playing with yourself?
No, he was busy driving, and it was dark out, so he couldn't see. Besides, it would have only turned me on more to know that he was watching.
At 14?
Yeah, I was depraved.
Your first sexual experience, how old were you?
14. Lost my virginity at 14.
Do you remember the person?
Oh, yeah, of course.
How was it?
Well, it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. I was in school, and all my girlfriends were telling me how great it was and everything, so of course I had to be there and try it too. And I had this boyfriend at the time. He was 18, and he was such a sweetheart. And he just wouldn't have sex with me. He said, "You're too young." And he was just really stood firm on that. And that poor guy, I used to tease him so bad, and I'd get on top of him and, dry hump him on the couch, and he'd have this great big boner, and he'd say, "That's it, I'm going home and take a cold shower," and he would not do it. So I asked my best friend if I could borrow her boyfriend for one night, and she agreed. And so between us, we set it up, and she basically arranged it for me. But I was so nervous that I ended up drinking a lot and smoking some dope and things like that, and so I don't even really remember it that much, except that it wasn't that great. After we finally did it, we sat there and smoked some more, and then we were just laughing and laughing about it. So I remember, that part was more fun than actually doing it. But it got better from there on.
Do you still talk to him?
No.
And where's that
I don't think I ever spoke to him ever since.
Uh-oh. Where's the giraffe? Do you still have the giraffe that you had?
No, I have no idea what happened to the giraffe. But I have a nice collection of toys now. I have a huge toy box.
You've replaced the giraffe.
Yeah. And it's really funny. I never really liked toys, except for recently I did a scene for Danny's Hard Drive. It was a live internet show. They call it a strip, but it's a lot more than a strip. And they gave me this toy to use. It has a dolphin on it. And I never liked toys, but for some reason this dolphin, just the way that it vibrated, it was very, very intense, and you can just touch it to the tip of your clit. And, the main part goes inside, and then that dolphin's on the outside, and it drives you wild. Like within 1 minute, you're ready to come. And so I did this show, and I got off about at least 5 times, during the show. And then when the show was over, they said, you can keep that toy. We've never seen anybody enjoy it that much. It belongs with you. So I kept it, and then I got a whole bunch more after that. So.
Did you name the dolphin?
Flipper.
Flipper.
God bless Flipper.
Have you put Flipper to rest yet?
Oh no,
Is
well
Flipper
actually,
still kicking?
I almost broke him. I've been wearing it out. I had to give it to Frank the other day to try to fix it for me. I've been wearing them all out actually.
Uh-oh. So I need some new toys.
Yeah, that's okay. I got the real thing.
Oh goodness. Is there so what are one of your favorite favorite male you like to work with? Favorite female you like to work with?
Well, in male, I guess, I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings by not mentioning their name. I mean,
Who would you really like to fuck?
all of them?
All of them, to name one.
Oh.
That's just on.
Okay, I really like Manuel Ferreira. But it's not because his dick is so big, which is the first, it's huge. I mean, it's like a Coke can. It's like ridiculously huge. But that's not why. It's more because he's so into his scene. You know, he's talking to you the whole time. He's whispering in your ear, and he's like nibbling on your neck. And, you know, it's more like real sex instead of porn sex. It's more like a date.
I want religion. When I say that word, what do you think of as far as what you do for a living and what people would think, Christians would think? Are you a Christian?
No, I'm not a Christian. No.
So it doesn't, that you don't have that on your mind when you're...
No, which I guess makes me a lot freer.
Any beliefs?
Yeah, I've sort of been reading up a little bit on Odinism and Asatru, which is a very ancient religion. It's the religion that everybody followed before Christianity. But it's kind of, you know, they don't have any churches and there's not very many people. And I don't really know enough about it yet, but one thing that I really like about it is that they celebrate sex. Sex, you know, good food, the earth, you know, take care of Mother Nature, Earth. They have the opposite angle that Christianity has. They believe that that people are gods, you know, that we are all God, and we're all basically good. We weren't born sinners, that we're all basically good, which is the opposite. I mean, in Christianity, they tell you that you were born out of sin. I mean, a little tiny baby has sin. I mean, how's that possible? To me, a baby is innocent. So that, and you know, your whole life you're racked with guilt over everything you do. And Christianity is always, you know, beating you. You're bad. You're bad. No, not at all. No. I mean, I had a few experiences where I went to church voluntarily, and I tried a few different things at different times during my life. I went to Bible studies, and I even joined a women's Bible study group, and you know, I met these people, and they looked so happy, and I wanted to be like them. And so it's really funny. We cleaned out our whole house of porn, threw away hundreds of movies and magazines, and you know, all my low-cut tops, you know, threw them all in the garbage, and I started wearing these long skirts, and you know, zipped up to here, and I was really, really trying to be a good girl.
How long did that last? Or how long was the duration?
Probably, you know, I'd say going on a year. You know, I really, really did try. But it didn't make any sense to me because these guys who were supposed to be teaching me, when they'd hug me goodbye, you know, they'd try to like squeeze my boobs. And even the girls, I would feel sexual attraction coming from the girls. And so I was getting all these mixed messages. And so it just made me believe that what I'm doing right now, I don't think it's wrong. I mean, I remember when I was in college and, you know, taking these humanities classes, and they made us watch this movie called, or it was a documentary, called Pornography, Not a Love Story, or Not a Love Affair, I don't remember what it's called. And they were trying to teach us, you know, to beware of this and how bad it was and everything, but I was watching it, and I was just getting turned on, thinking, I wish that was me. I'd love to be doing that. So I don't feel bad at all about what I'm doing.
What about what is the downside to porn? Is there a downside in your mind when you go to work?
In my mind, no. I don't see a downside whatsoever. I really don't. But of course, I'm older, and I guess I'm a little tougher. And I personally think, and I know there's going to be a lot of people disagreeing with me, and the trend is going to younger girls, but I really think the age limit should be 21. Because it's something that if you do it, it's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. It's a really big decision to make, if you're going to do porn. And I think a girl 18, even though she might be very mature, I mean, I know some girls that are extremely mature, but really 18, you've lived with your parents your whole life, you're just getting out of school, high school, whatever. I don't really think you're prepared to make that decision at that point. I really think that they should raise the limit to 21.
Were you prepared?
Well, yeah, I mean, I got into porn when I was 37, so.
I mean, can you really be prepared? I mean, some of the things that you have seen since you started?
Well, I came from a different side, though. I didn't come from civilian life, as they call it. We've been swinging for 15 years, so it was not a stretch at all for us to get involved with porn. Maybe for other people it would be different. So.
Have you ever had sex with anyone famous?
With anyone famous?
Other than a non-porn star?
No. Mm-mm.
Wish to?
No. I mean.
A threesome with anyone, you, your husband,
and. I don't know. Let me see. I like Sly Stallone. I like the real tough guys. Clint Eastwood. That type of guy.
Would you have a threesome with you, your husband, and Larry Flint?
Would I? Well, he's in a wheelchair.
Do you think that's stopping him right now?
I don't know. Hey, if he'd be game, I'd be game.
Would your husband be game?
Oh, yeah.
What about Bill Margol?
I just met him the other day, actually.
What'd you think?
He's a very nice person. He helped me a lot. We sat and talked for a long time.
What'd you talk about?
He was actually encouraging me to start feature dancing. And he gave me some phone numbers of people who are selling costumes and who have done it before and who would possibly do a girl-girl show, maybe for my first couple, to do it with someone else, to kind of learn the ropes. So.
No interesting stories there, huh? I'm going to play the name game with you, and when I say the name, I just want you to tell me what you think of.
Okay.
Jenna Jameson.
Rich.
Actually, no.
Beautiful.
Say their names and then say.
So when I say the name, just say the name back.
Okay.
And then tell me what you think.
Okay.
When we edit this, we're not going to hear her.
Oh, okay.
Jenna Jameson.
Jenna Jameson. Beautiful, intelligent, household name.
Rob Black.
Problems. Poor guy.
What kind of problems? Why is he a poor guy?
Oh, well, I mean, I guess everybody knows he's been indicted for some of his movies. I don't really know that much about it. I mean, like I said, I've only been doing this for 6 or 7 months, so I can't really say a lot about it. I wasn't there. I don't know any of the people who were involved, so.
Had you worked with him?
Have I? I worked for Evolution a couple of times, and actually I did a little blowjob scene. Just when was that? Last trip out. I did a little blowjob. It was 3 guys. It was fun. Yeah.
Howard Stern.
He can make you or break you. Howard Stern.
How do you feel? Is he making you or breaking you?
Oh, I mean, I have had no contact yet. Hopefully one day I'll be on his show. Yeah, absolutely. I'll go over and stick my boobs in his face.
Tracy Lords.
I don't know that much about her, really.
John Holmes.
I guess he's the one that's dead, right? I mean, I don't know that much about him either.
Paris Hilton.
I don't know. I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. I don't follow actors and actresses. It's really not my thing. It doesn't interest me. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you don't have to be sorry. That's not your thing. Porn is your thing, building houses.
Yeah, exactly.
How about Ron Jeremy?
I was amazed at AVN. There was bigger lineups at Ron Jeremy's booth than there were for some of the women. People were lined up around the corner. He's doing very well.
Why do you think that is?
Why? I guess,
opinion?
The general public is just fascinated with him for his whole life.
What do you think of him?
He's nice. I met him once at a set.
Have you ever worked?
With him, no, but I know that he's a total sex maniac.
Would you like to work with him?
Sure, one day.
How about Max Hardcore?
I don't know. I've never had any contact with him, so it's, his style is really not my cup of tea. So I like good sex, good sensual sex. What I like is a lot of kissing, a lot of touching, caressing, licking, sucking, playing with your hair, talking to each other, eye contact, just, really sensual stuff. I'm not into the hair, a little bit of hair pulling is okay once you're into it, slap on the ass, things like that. But
no dominatrix.
I don't mind that either. If I've done a little bit of that in some movies, it can be fun. Sometimes you might surprise yourself. You never know what you've got inside you until you try doing it. I tried it once and I was shocked. They told me I was going to do it, and I'm there, huh? I don't know if I could do that. I've never done that before. And then a couple minutes into it, and I was just slapping the shit out of that guy.
You never cease to amaze yourself. More just keeps coming out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
When have you been the freakiest? Swinging or doing a scene in porn? Like, where have you felt that it's just come out the most?
I think
on film or not? Or
no, not on film personally, because there's too many controls. There's too many restrictions. You're doing a film and they want this position for this long, and then they want that position and that position, and sometimes you're just about to have this great orgasm and they tell you to switch positions, and sometimes I'll say, no, wait, 2 more minutes, please, I'm not done. So obviously in your personal life, you're calling all the shots. So yeah, we have a lot of fun. Yeah, it can get loud.
What about sexually transmitted diseases in the porn industry? Have you seen that to be prevalent right now?
No. I was over at AIM the other day, and they were telling me that they haven't had for HIV, they haven't had anything. I think it's been 9 years. They totally control that. No one will be allowed to get into the industry having any diseases. Your first time when you go there for your screening, you're screened for syphilis, for everything. And they won't allow you to get started if you have something.
Every company tests?
Yeah.
That you work with?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You have to have your tests or you won't work. And everybody gets retested every 30 days. And the tests they have are by DNA, so they're far more accurate tests than what you would get if you went to your regular doctor or your county health department. And then also, I use a product that's distributed by AIM. It's a lubricant, but you put it in before you're seen, and it will protect you from gonorrhea and chlamydia also. And so I've never had it because of using that.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I'll need you to finish the sentence.
Okay.
So at the age of 12, I wanted to become you'll have to repeat it so that you can.
Okay.
At the age of 12, I wanted to become
At the age of 12, I wanted to become a veterinarian, and I still might eventually do that. I may not become a veterinarian, but I know that at some point in my life, I'll be opening an animal shelter. It's something that I've always wanted to do, some type of a no-kill facility, and I guess I'll hire veterinarians to work there.
You have animals?
Right now, I just have a little stinky dog.
Stinky dog.
She's a Shih Tzu, but we got her from the pound, and we called her Stinky because so.
She smelled really bad when you picked
Oh
her.
yes, yeah. And we've rescued a lot of animals.
Oh, okay. Sex is good with?
Sex is good with yourself, with your partner, with your friends, with your neighbors.
Sex is good with blood. people. The greatest moment in my life was.
The greatest moment in my life was when I married my husband.
Aw.
Well, it's the truth. You know, he changed my life completely. You know, before I met him, I was really hung up about sex. I mean, really hung up. I used to like anal sex, and when I used to masturbate, I used to put things up my butt, and when I was finished masturbating, I would cry. I would just cry myself to sleep because I thought I was so sick. I thought I was just the biggest pervert on this earth, and I was destined to go to hell and burn. And I always used to want to have a leather bra and leather underwear. It was just something I always wanted in my teens, and I never got it. And I thought that was really sick.
Did you ask
too.
for it?
Yeah, I asked for it from my first husband, and he told me I was sick. And I wanted to rent porno movies, and he didn't want to. Of course, he came from a very religious family. And then, you know, I insisted on getting porno movies, and I went and got them. And to his shock and displeasure, I chose out some anal movies, and that was when they were just starting to come out in the 80s, you know. And he wouldn't even watch them with me. So I sat there and watched them myself, and I masturbated, and then I cried, thinking that I was so sick. And then I met my husband, and you know, he made me realize that I should celebrate it and make the most out of it, and you know, just go with it and see where it takes me. And so we started watching all the girl movies of the 80s, and you know, we get all hot and everything. And he said to me, "You're going to experience everything and anything in your life that you want to. I'm never ever going to hold you back. I want you to have it all, sexually." And so that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
That's real nice. Why do you think that you felt so bad if it felt so good?
I don't know. You're just trained that way. You're just told, you know, keep your clothes on. I mean, I never wanted to have clothes on me my whole life. I used to leave my house when I was 5 years old, and as soon as I'd get to the park, I'd take all my clothes off, and I'd play in the sandbox and on the swings and play with other kids, and I just felt great not having any clothes on, and I'd come home naked, and my mom would be like, "Oh my God," you know, and she'd have to run back to the park and go find all my clothes.
Oh my goodness. So
I still do it today.
So your mom probably has a good idea that you're probably doing porn if you've been taking your clothes off. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think she'll be surprised.
Okay. If I was a millionaire, I would.
I would travel all over the world. I would climb Mount Everest, or at least as high as I could. I would go on a safari in Africa. I would open huge no-kill animal shelters all over the place, and I'd probably give a lot to charity to abused women and children, and probably you know, relief funds for earthquakes and other tragedies.
What about
things
for
like
yourself?
that. What about what?
What about for yourself? If you were a millionaire, one thing that you could have, what would you give to yourself?
I don't know. To me, just having the freedom to do what you want. I mean, the most important thing in life is time. Just time to spend with your family and your loved ones. Time is more important than anything else. And if you don't have to work, then you have that time. I mean, you could be making all kinds of money, but if you don't have time, you're not going to be happy.
Two porn stars I'd have a threesome with.
Well, I'd really like to be with Jenna one day. That's for sure. And I don't know, who else? No, nobody really comes to mind. I like everybody equally. I met Ginger Lynn. She was really nice. I'd do her.
What would you do to her? What would you do to Ginger Lynn?
What would I do to Ginger Lynn?
What would you like Ginger Lynn to do to you?
I'd like to do her first. Oh, I would just kiss her body all over, starting off at her mouth, and kiss her whole face everywhere, and lick her neck right here, that little sensitive spot right there.
Would
and just I'd work my way all the way down, stick my tongue in her belly button, kiss all over her legs, suck on her toe. You know.
Would you like her all to yourself, or would you share with your husband?
Oh, I'd share with my husband, of course. That would only be fair.
What about kids?
No, I don't have any, and I just love my life the way it is. We've always been real spontaneous. You know, I mean, we could wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning, and Frank will go, hey, you know, you want to go out and get some smoked meat or something? And we'll jump on the motorcycle and go out and eat, and then he'd say, hey, you want to go to New York? And we'd ride the motorcycle to New York, and we'd buy clothes and a toothbrush when we got there. And I love my life being that way, just having that flexibility. And if you had kids, it would just change everything. So
you plan to ride this life out without any kids?
Yeah.
Just the animals?
Yes, lots of animals. I've had goats. I had an ocelot. I had a monkey. I've had all kinds of rabbits. I've had a million dogs and cats, hamsters, all that stuff. I've had a lot of animals. I had a horse.
Have you had sex with any of them?
No.
No sex with animals?
No. You got to draw the line somewhere.
Where do you draw the line?
Kids and animals. And pain. I'm not into pain.
No whips.
No. And I'm not into the pee thing either. That doesn't do anything for me.
You've never wanted to pee while having sex, like that sensation?
No. Oh, you mean the sensation of having to go? Well, yeah, if you had too much coffee before, then obviously, but no, that just, the golden showers thing doesn't turn me on.
Who do you see as the next big female star?
Me.
On the rise?
Me.
You.
Vicky Vett. Look out, Jenna. I'm coming to get you.
So you see that next year at the AVNs, we can look forward to seeing you, hopefully.
I hope so. I think I do a pretty good scene. Maybe I should,